wanna, I don't know, very strange. I don't know how to explain it to you. It's just like I feel like something when I come up to my brain. There is all my bed doors or something. But
yeah, oh nice. So you're feeling some of it, things are starting to come, shake up and be released? They're starting to move?
yeah, there's some, but that's what I had. I had that feeling. It's very funny feeling maybe, but it's, that's what I feel.
Positive feeling. Okay.
Sometimes I used to call maybe my demons, they want to come out.
How about okay, here's another one. That's okay. Sex questions.
Sorry, what did you say?
Sex questions. Okay.
Nope.
Self-worth.
Nope.
Right. Selflessness. Checklist. Selflessness.
Yeah.
A little bit? Okay, we'll do selflessness 101. Scenarios.
Nope.
Nope. Okay.
Hey, Barb,
Yeah.
you should pick one to do now.
Okay, now I'm going to start with selfishness 101. So click on that one. Selflessness 101. Okay. So I'll read the introduction and then we'll test it. You probably have been selfish. We all have been at least sometimes in our lives. Selfishness may be necessary at times. Here we are talking about it in the dysfunctional sense. So now test the times you were selfish. Start by asking, how many times do we need to know about? Are you still there?
Sorry.
It's okay. Okay, so what you want to test now is how many times have I ever been selfish in a way that has been dysfunctional?
I've got no signal.
No signal, okay. All right, so just because you got a yes on this lesson, let's just do this. Remove any tendency to be selfish. From all your bodies. Let me know when you've done that. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. And also if there's any damage from any time you've been selfish in the past, remove that now too. Removing any damage from any selfishness I have that maybe I wasn't aware of.
Hey, Barb,
Yeah.
is there more to this than just testing for selfishness?
Nope. Because
There's
she
nothing
just
about
no
testing, have you ever been dysfunctionally selfless?
selfless. It says selfish. Selflessness. Okay, now there's another one. Okay, here we go. All right. This is long. Okay. So, Alejandra,
Mm-hmm.
can you hear me okay? I'm going to read something else to you.
Okay.
Selflessness, this is not selfish, selflessness is having nothing at stake when there's something at stake. As you play bigger, you have nothing at stake when everything is at stake, which then enables you to lose everything into God. The worse off you are, the more dire the consequences of what would otherwise be a routine risk or no risk at all. I'll read that again. The worse off you are, the more dire the consequences of what would otherwise be a routine risk or no risk at all. Okay, so how how has your selfishness interfered in your relationships with people and with God? So that's something, just a question to answer. How has your selfishness interfered in your relationships with people and with God? Are there any incidents that occurred while you were assisting someone else or introducing someone to curing?
Well, see, she hasn't actually, she hasn't gotten a signal that she's ever been selfish in a dysfunctional way, so she can't do this lesson. Maybe can you think of any questions that you could ask her that might break her through, if there are such things? That she could test. Things that she could test.
Ask, is there any way I hold back with people?
I don't have a.
Is there are there areas I could go deeper with people in my life? My family, could be friends, anybody. This is the way I've been protecting people. How about that? Do I ever protect people?
Do I have to protect people?
Do I ever protect people in ways that damage them?
No.
Could I be more selfish? Have I not been selfish enough? I guess that's.
No, I could, but it just.
Okay. That's actually not a good question anyway, because we're not talking about that. Here's a better question. Has anyone ever, have I been, well, actually I think it'd be better to go to a different lesson here. You test us more strongly on retention and relationship and love, so I'd like to go back to those. I'll start with retention. Go back to retention, because you had a big yes on that one. Okay? So, all right. Thank you for.
1 second.
Okay, it dawned on me when we were gone. I'm going to ask you a couple more questions before I move away from the selfishness thing. You know how sometimes when you get a panic attack and you you call a friend or you go shopping or you do something to take your attention off it, or you.
Yeah.
Ask if there's any way that is selfish in a dysfunctional way. That reflex to do that is dysfunctional in any way.
So how can I make a question then?
Let's see. Ask, am I selfish when I call other people? How do we say this? When I have a panic attack, rather than cure it myself. Okay. Yeah, okay. Just something to look out for.
What did she test?
She just said no.
Okay.
I actually got the same thing. I don't think it always is dysfunctional. I think it is sometimes, but something to watch for. Okay, now I'm at, this long lesson on retention. Wow. So how do we do this?
Very difficult, huh?
There's one little key unless you get, okay, here we go. Let's just check all your bodies for retention. And do it that way. Do I have retention in any of my bodies, any of my 12 bodies?
Yeah.
Okay.
Is that what it says to do in that lesson?
Yes.
It asks about the bodies? Okay.
To remove, it says to test whether you have it in any of your bodies.
And then remove it from each body. Okay, well, that's good
Well,
to do.
it says to notice that when a side effect of removing it is I see.
Sorry. I didn't get the airplane around.
This is good. See, this is what's good about Alejandra. You always, whenever I've tested on things with her, this is real. I'm getting this is very relevant to panic attacks. Okay, essentially, if you fear something, oftentimes you tend to attract it even more. So, retention is a good thing to remove, so as not to attract what you're fearing. In your case, it'd be a panic attack. Okay, when it does. Do you have any core belief?
Core belief.
That if you would access it, would help you remove retention, like something you've believed that has helped, that has caused you to retain. Is there anything that keeps, no? Yes?
No.
Okay. Is there any core belief you have that keeps you from receiving information that you need?
Yeah.
Okay. Because retention is an idea or a belief that you hold about yourself. So, okay, right now, remove the beliefs that you have. Remove beliefs that you have that are about yourself, that are causing you to have retention. Remove beliefs from all your bodies.
Okay.
Okay. Is there anything that you can see or say or sense about what these might be, or any of them? Like one belief, two beliefs? Like, do you know, does anything come to mind while you were doing that?
Hmm?
What, like some belief you've had about yourself?
No.
Nope. Okay. On a scale of 0 to 10, how willing have you been to cure retention? Over 5, under 5? How willing have you been on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the highest, most willing?
7, 8, between 7
7.
and 8.
Okay. Okay, that's pretty good. Now remove whatever between the 8 and the 10. Remove any unwillingness you have to cure it. Sam, I'm removing whatever unwillingness I have to curing retention from all my bodies till I get up to a 10.
Okay.
Nice. So, is there anything you need to remove or install or know right now to get all the retention out of your 12 bodies?
So yes.
Yeah. Ask if there's anything I need. We'll just say RIC for short. Remove, install, no. Is there anything I need to RIC with regard to retention? Anything more? Okay, you're doing well now. Okay, so now I'm going to ask you, first of all, do you feel any change in yourself?
Well, I think actually, remember when I said to you, when I have that sort of panic attack, I feel like there's something to want to come up from inside of me.
Mm-hmm.
I can feel all the tension inside in here. It's just like now I feel relaxing actually. This part of
Nice.
between my neck, my chest. I don't know what to call, but
Awesome.
yeah, I can breathe.
Yeah, that's cool. Okay, so are you nice? Thank you. I'm going to ask you a couple questions about that. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
What is what else? Tell me some more about the difference in you now than you were before.
Well, now I feel dizzy, but it's just not with panicking.
Not with panicking, just like energy, and just energy moving through you.
I think so. I don't know. I feel strange.
You say you feel dizzy. Okay. Are you
not panic at all?
okay? Nice. No panic. Are you making any new discoveries about yourself or anything? Munich, me, anything?
Are you asking me? Sorry.
Yeah. Are you making any discoveries?
What's happening? So what do you say? Sorry.
I'm asking whether you've made any discoveries about yourself while doing this.
I think I thought some of these things is inside of me. They need to come out, and I need to learn and study more how to remove what is the really trigger of my panic. Which is maybe I was searching for something like they say before. I was searching for something else, something different. So other things to remove the panic. Maybe it's not just panic; it can be something else. So. Yeah, it's true. It is something else.
So you're discovering that sometimes there's other things that, rather than just straight panic. All right, good. That's great. That's awesome.
The panic. Okay, it's just panic, and I know it's panic, but this one is something.
Nice.
Very
Nice.
different.
That's great. What in your life have you been moving away from? Is there anything in your life, like for example, being perfectionism or caretaking or being contradictory or whatever, any kind of quality in yourself? Is there anything that you're moving away from since you started doing this? Like what, any old behavior or way that you're moving away from?
I don't know. I can think about those things.
Is there anything you're moving toward?
I don't know. I'm just kind of confused.
Well, maybe we should just test. Let's test. Is there anything? Is there something I'm moving towards? Being or I mean, it's okay to get a no. Maybe you're just where you're at right now.
But yes.
Yes, I got a yes too. So what, tell me more what you're moving towards. This, I've been mentioning this to you in the past, like, what is the thing that you're going towards, or the way, or what style, or what the characteristic about you are you moving towards? The examples that are here are being more empty, being more expansive, that kind of thing. Maybe it's more loving, more trusting, whatever it is, whatever comes just on this.
It's not in the trust way, to trust people actually, or to trust on myself.
Yeah, that's what I was just, that's the first thing I got, that you're getting more trusting, I've noticed, about yourself and your own abilities and other people, and your ability to handle things. Okay, good.
To be more confident with myself.
Confident, yes.
Confident. And actually a little more power, to do something, or like I saw my dad before, okay, and I'm kind of familiar with him. I thought, like, sort of, I didn't have the reaction of when I get the panic tonight, because my dad has alcohol problems, so.
Wow, that's great.
When I see my dad, I get very, panicking. I don't like to see people, drinking.
Right.
And I just saw him out, and I didn't feel nothing, just cold.
This is great. This is great.
Yeah, that's a good thing.
It is.
I need to try to learn how to be more stronger.
That's cool. That's great. So you usually react to your father when he's using alcohol, and it has a negative effect on you, but it's time
I'm
to
not
be able...
saying he's a bad man.
I know. But you just had a bad reaction to him, but now you don't. So
like
that's great.
Drink yourself.
Excellent. Congratulations. That's better. That's better for him too. Cool. Very cool. What other things come to mind? Anything else that's been has anything been emerging or coming out of you that's positive? That's that's a way that you're opening up, something you're opening up to, or a way of being besides the ones you mentioned?
Oh, the only thing I had that feeling like something wanna come up from my brain, just like I don't know, something wanna. I don't know, very strange. I don't know how to explain it to you. It's just like I feel like something wanna come up from my brain. Maybe they're all my bad thoughts or something. But
yeah. Oh, nice. So you're feeling some of that. Things are starting to shake up and be released. They're starting to move.
Yeah, there's some. But that's what I had. I had that feeling. It's very funny feeling, maybe, but that's what I feel.
Positive feeling. Okay.
That sometimes I used to call maybe my beings, they want to come out.
Test if there's anything. Is there anything in my way of letting these things out? On a scale, let's do what we did before. On a scale of 1 to 10. Where am I in my willingness to let all this, these things that have to come out of me come out? Am I at a 10, or is it an 8 or a 9? 7? How willing am I to release these things? Seven. Okay, let's remove everything that's between the 7 and the 10 to take you up to a 10. I'm removing anything that's preventing. I'm taking myself to 10 to full willingness to have these things be released.
Sorry?
You can say you're going to phrase this somehow like I'm taking myself to full willingness to let these things out, or what do you want to say? I'm removing any places I'm unwilling, I have been unwilling to let go of these last things. I'm then taking myself up to a 10, and I'm taking myself up to full willingness to be free of these things. And then when your finger moves, you've done that. Okay.
Just relax.
Nice. You're doing great. You're doing great. You look good. So,
Well, I want to come in here. This is wonderful. You've done well, and I have some things to tell both of you. First of all, you should both know that... oh, Alejandra, just test this. Have I cured something?
Good, yes.
Good. Oh, Barb, you should turn your light on.
my left. Okay.
Yeah. Better. I guess their sun's going down there, huh, Barb?
Yeah, sitting right over there.
You're in the sunset.
Slowly into the west.
Well, one thing I want you to notice, that I bet, Alejandra, do you remember when you and I and Barb first started doing this? It was only a few, maybe it was just last week, and I broke in a lot more than I do now. Like I hardly broke in, I don't think I broke in at all while you guys were working this time. And that is because Barb has really, her learning curve is just amazing. And Barb, once you get going, you're absolutely on the money with everything you're doing.
Thanks.
There's nothing for me to say. You're just great, absolutely great. And I want to talk to you about what you did. And when you see what it is, you'll need to give yourself some credit for it.
Okay.
Because she tested for 4 things, and you chose the exact 2 things that you needed to choose, so that we could understand what I'm going to talk about now. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Like you and I work really well together. I mean, you just set me up so that I can really help Alejandra, and probably you would be doing this. You probably would have seen this if I hadn't jumped in and talked about it now. But I'm going to preempt it and do that anyway.
Okay.
Okay, so the first thing was pathological selfishness. And what I noticed is that Alejandra, that you could not get a signal on that. And I think we probably all know that just about every person on earth is pathologically selfish sometimes. I mean, unless you're Mahatma Gandhi or Mother Teresa, you're sometimes pathologically selfish,
I thought it was kind of strange because I'm just a common person, selfish, because for a little reason, even a small reason, everybody is like that.
Yeah. So, what we all have to realize when we're doing this work is that people cannot test on things that they are unwilling to know about themselves. Like, test this question, Alejandra, and Barb too. Did any of my answers in this come from God tonight?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Now, the interesting thing here that I have learned from my own interactions with God is that God will not give you a test on something that you don't want to know. Like, God will actually not give you the information if you don't want it. See, what I realized that, how people say you can trust God? Well, actually, you can trust God to love you, but you can't trust God to give you real information unless you're unless you actually sincerely want it. And remember when Alejandra was switched before?
Yes.
It's very important when somebody is switched to have them say things they want, because the things they want change and they actually start to want the things that they need instead of wanting the other things that they want when they couldn't get what they needed. You with me, Barb?
Yeah.
Yeah? You with me? Okay. So these are just some little things that we can, later when you watch this movie, and you should absolutely watch these movies because this is going to be your learning experience. This movie, you can, later, if you watch this, these things will go into long-term memory, and you'll actually be able to take this stuff away with you. Because a lot of the stuff that you do in these sessions is just going to go right through you like you're a sieve, because there's just a lot there. It's just too much. There's too much there. It's probably a good idea to, because you have a smartphone, Barb, you should just watch this movie 3 or 4 times. Listen to yourself. You're incredible. You intuitively do all this stuff right. And you want to it's how you look after it. You ever watch yourself on a screen play tennis?
No, I would like to more, but I have, a couple times. I would like to more.
Well, don't you learn a lot from it when you're watching yourself?
Totally.
Okay.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, you really do.
So same exact thing. So now we'll go from you couldn't get a test on. See, if you notice, when you started testing through that lesson, God was able to communicate with you because you didn't know why you were getting the signals you were getting. So the things that were said to you could be, God could communicate those things to you. It wasn't like a direct attack. It was just a kind of a sideways, you tested on retention and you tested on selfishness, and then you couldn't get a test on selfishness, and then when you went to retention, you discovered that you retain beliefs and that you're causing yourself to believe things about yourself. There's things that you want to believe about yourself, and you're holding on to those things. Yes? You with me? Do you both understand this?
I understand.
What happened in the second? Because that's what happened. So you now know that you watched yourself when you were testing for selfishness. You watched yourself hold on to that belief. So you got an illustration of what retention is, and maybe took out some retention today because of it, which is important because retention used to be on the pathology list. It is a major problem. Major problem. And you know what? Can you see how retention can be a direct cause of panic attacks?
Mm-hmm.
Tell me about it.
I never thought about that. I never thought about that. It was kind of impact or something. Yeah. So now I understand a little bit more about mine. It's just crazy.
Well,
can't believe it.
Well, how would retention cause panic attacks? Explain it to us.
Me? No?
Yes. Yeah.
Alejandra, explain it to us.
Oh, you're asking to me?
Yep.
Well, the thing is just retention is about for me just the way I feel or the way I was. So no, I'm gonna say the way I was because now I feel totally different. I have I don't know, it's kind of very hard to explain to you, because it's like I want to believe in some things, and I do my best to do that, and then I keep kind of lose my faith in something, and not just that, I lose everything, my power, my concentration, my ability to come, to go outside in front of the people or something.
Yeah, exactly. And there's the panic attack.
And like I said, all those things is playing with my brain and my body, and then boom, that's it.
That's there. Yeah, there's the panic attack right there. See?
Because it's crazy. Some crazy feelings, and people they have many different of panic attacks, and my panic attack. Barbara told me that these 3 days actually with panic attack, and I don't look like I have panic attack because I don't look like a crazy. Some people think, panic attack. I want to start jumping everywhere. No, it's just I'm just like this. And then when I start crying, but all the tension I have inside of me. But it's my brain that is working like like a movie or something. And so it's just all about retention, everything. I don't know if I'm doing the right thing, but it is what I feel. And that's for me, and intentional the bad things actually.
So what I'm noticing about you is that you're actually pretty good at making these connections, and you have a deep understanding when you get going. Like you're like Barb, you're good. You're good with getting to the bottom of things. Because I want to ask you a question about it. Now, what I'm interested in knowing is what the difference would be between being coached and the other things, like you come to the meeting on Monday night, the prayer meeting. You and I have made these movies together, like we're making this movie right now. And what would you think the difference would be between this and coaching? And being coached?
Being coached. I don't know. Actually. Just, I don't know what to say.
Do you have any idea how that would be how it would be different to be coached than to do this? It's okay to just say no if you don't, but no?
I don't know. No.
Barb, let me ask you, can you see what the difference would be?
Not really, except it might, I guess it might include the kind of thing we were doing today, maybe more frequently, and then also looking at like real life or like day-to-day situations that come up. I'm not sure actually, I don't really know the answer what the difference would be, except for that more frequently and more in like in depth, or like looking at her performance or issues of the day and then addressing those, or just I'm not really sure what the difference is actually. I thought this was like a coaching session. I thought this was a coaching session right now, but maybe I'm wrong.
Okay.
I guess it also would be a little more, well, you tell me, I'm curious to hear you.
Okay, I was thinking pretty hard about this, what the difference would be. Because I've always seen it, but what I was wondering is if anybody else sees it, and it looks like nobody does. And the difference is that a coach, like, let me ask you something again, and I'll go back to Alejandra. You know,
Wait. It's an aeroplane, huh?
You what?
It's an aeroplane.
Airplanes going by.
Oh, there's an airplane going by. Okay. Well, it's okay because I can't hear it. I know it's probably loud where you are, but
She can't hear it.
Oh, she can't hear me.
Yeah, when that happens.
Oh, I see.
Okay, I can hear you now.
All right, good. Okay. Well, I wanted to ask you. Okay. Like Barb was telling me that you're considering going back to. You had somebody who you were talking to, like probably a psychotherapist or something?
Nope. Actually, it was some sort of how's it called? I found this lady before I found this site, and I was they gave me some sort of, they call it the Russian healing treatment. So yeah, I was thinking too, because I wasn't, when I had the panic attack, I was like I said to you before, some sort of retention and scary feelings and all this stuff, and I don't know, when I say to Bara, I don't know what to believe. I don't know, because even people, they say to me, oh, I'm going that way, I'm going that way, people going this way. So I get to that point, I was so confused.
Right.
But at least today, it really helped me a lot, actually, because I was completely bad. Since I wake up 4:30 in the morning until I was talking before with Barbara, I don't know, I always feel like to run and, do anything. But now I feel calm and relaxed.
Well, very good, very good. I just wanted to find out, like, you were working with this woman for a while. Did you speak?
Actually, the last time I saw her was 4 weeks ago. But I just spent less than maybe 2 minutes with her. She do some sort of, I don't know. She worked with some liquid, something metallic liquid, and that's it. And I pay $100 for 2 minutes.
I see. Well, I'm sorry. You don't have to say anywhere. I completely misunderstood this, so I'm glad I asked you about it, because now I understand more about it. But anyway, so now I can just go back to what I was going to say, which is that a coach. Oh yes, here's the question I wanted to ask you. Do you have a goal in mind?
Goal.
Like for yourself, like an outcome, like more than just stopping panic attacks. I mean, like who do you want to be? Like, this person doesn't.
I want to help people. I would like to help people in my, like sort of, like you're helping people with problems. So that's what I wish,
Okay.
I always have that feeling to help people.
Okay.
If sometimes when I feel sick, even I'm still helping people in some sort of way, conversation.
So you want to help people? Well,
yes.
Okay.
I want to do something different with my life.
Okay. Well, I will tell you this: that what a coach does is exactly what you already know coaches do, which is they work you. They watch your form, they correct things, your mistakes, they give you assignments, and when you complete the assignments, you come back and you report to the coach, and the coach then reviews what you've done and looks at your form again and sees how you're doing, and continues to develop you as whatever it is you're being coached in this case, somebody who cures things. So that's what coaching is. And we're not doing that. What we're doing in all of these meetings, whether it's this meeting or the prayer meeting or all these other meetings, is we're actually just doing work that is clearing things. And so coaching would be, coaching, that's the difference between coaching and having a buddy. Like Barb, for example, you used to be my tennis coach. And remember, you told me, like, go to the practice court and practice an hour before we meet. Remember that?
Yeah.
And that's an example of what coaches do. Whereas your friend doesn't do that. Your friend just meets you on the tennis court and plays tennis with you. And that's what people's Immunix buddies in there, and that's what we do in the prayer meeting. We get together and we do Immunix. You know, we work on the world. And we get results. You know, all the things that we do get results. Coaching is simply about, you know, being coached to be good at this. And, you know, you might be able to be a coach someday, by the way, Alejandra, if you want to help people. Maybe you could be.
That was wonderful. I was glad.
Maybe you could be a coach. Also, you don't actually have to have had coaching to be a coach. It's more like, I mean, it would probably help a great deal, but being a coach is more like you just want to do this kind of like monitoring of somebody, and, you know, like you can see what they need to do and have them do it. So anyway, I'm glad I got to talk to you about this because it sort of clarified my ideas about it.
And actually, I want to talk to you because I was, you know, kind of, like I said before, I was kind of confused. And normally people have this problem when they start or anything. So, you know, and yeah, because of my panic, you start thinking that sort of very negative thoughts. So
right.
I forgot about my positive side, and I miss my negative side. That's so let's come back together, so that's like a huge mix. So yeah, but I'm positive now.
Yeah, I see that. You know, I see. But you're really a wonderful person.
That's what I said actually on Facebook. I love those meetings. For me, it's Monday. For you, it's Sunday. I don't know. But the only thing is just once a week. That's not enough.
I know.
Yeah.
Well, it's too bad you can't come to the Friday meeting, but it's 2 o'clock in the morning where you are.
Oh. Okay.
I
can do that.
Yeah, but it goes from like it goes from like 2 to 4 a.m. your time.
That'd be fun.
I'll have to check because I
It'd be Saturday night.
Saturday.
That'd be Friday at 2. That's Saturday morning at 2 a.m. Right?
You're right. That's right.
I can imagine myself in a nightclub. You know.
All right, I gotta go to my meeting now.
Well, our meetings are better than a nightclub anyway. That's for sure.
Okay, like the next morning, so it's good.
That'd be better than going out. Yeah, I go for it. Or I'll remind you on Friday.
Well, you're welcome to come if you want, but I have to say that I don't approve of people staying up past midnight.
Oh, come on.
You know, in Chinese.
I love the nightlife.
Oh, I can see that. I take one look at you and I can see that.
I'm saying no, believe me, because in the afternoon, the sunset, they make me relax. So sometimes I think in my past life I was a vampire or something.
You probably were. Well, look, you know, it's probably okay to come just once, and you know, you can say hello to everybody anyway.
Yeah, I will.
So
I really enjoy, you know, it made me relax and made me, you know, it's fun, you know, actually. People, they should go, you know, and yeah.
You're welcome at our cure team meeting is actually for people who want to help people. That's what the meeting's for.
Okay.
So that's what it's about. And on that note, I'm going to let you guys go because I am now must move on to something else. And you can always call each other back if you want to talk more. I thank you very much. This has been a wonderful experience for me doing this. I just want to tell you. So just so you know, you helped me tonight.
Very
Thank you.
You have given
Thank you very
something.
much.
You have given something. Okay, I'll see you guys later.
Okay, thanks.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, bye.
Bye.